I did my AY on spending habits of teenagers, tightwads versus spendthrifts, and I tested the difference between boys and girls. My hypothesis is that most teenagers will be spendthrifts, difficulty controlling money, than tightwads, difficulty spending money, and that there will be more female spendthrifts than male. To test my hypothesis, I went on surveymonkey.com and created a new survey. I titled it Spending Habits of Teenagers, and I created a different one for males and females. I then sent it out on facebook.com. The survey asked questions like, which description fits you better? And an answer would be a 1 to 10 scale, with 1 being tightwad and 10 being a spendthrift. It also asked questions where there was a scenario with 2 different people, 1 being a tightwad, 1 being a spendthrift, and you were to determine which one you were more like. Here is a graph of the results of the first question, which description fits you better, for the female survey. It shows that 34.41% said they were neither a spendthrift nor a tightwad, but about the same / neither, which is funny because it differs with the survey results. And here is a graph of the same question but for the male survey, which shows the highest answer was also about the same / neither, with a 25% answer. So then I had to take the totals from questions 1 to 4 on the survey, because questions 5 to 7 were just things I wanted to know, like where the teenager's income came from. And I added up the percents of the multiple choice answers that were tightwads, and the same / neither, 50-50, and the ones that were spendthrifts. I did this for all 4 questions, added up those percents to get a total, and then divided that by 4 to get the average. You can see that for the females, the highest was spendthrifts, as I predicted, and tightwads was the lowest. As you can see, I also did this for the males, and the highest was actually tightwads, not spendthrifts, and neither / about the same was the lowest. To prove my hypothesis incorrect or correct, I also needed to see the teenager results in general, not separated by gender, and so I added up the totals for tightwads, neithers, and spendthrifts for boys and girls, divided that by 2, and got the average results for all teenagers in general. The results showed that tightwads are the lowest, neither is in the middle, and spendthrifts are the highest, just as I predicted. In conclusion, my hypothesis was proven correct when I looked at my results and realized that most were spendthrifts and that there were more spendthrift females than there were males. The science involved in my project is sociology, the scientific study of society, and also psychology, the study of the mind. The inspiration for my project is that when I came across it on Science Buddies, it sparked my attention right away, because I am a teenager who loves to spend and shop, definitely a spendthrift, and I was curious if most teenagers were the same way. I was pretty committed to the topic right as I found it, but I decided I wanted to be sure, and I decided to research. As you can see by looking at the male and female results for the question, do you think that your spending habits will change with age? If so, in what way? That females are a little bit more optimistic than males when it comes to their financial future, since for the females, most said they think they would become better at limiting their spending, while the boys, only 20.8% said they think that, and 50% said they think that it will stay the same. In my survey, I also asked the question, where does your main source of income come from? And here are the results for the female survey, which shows that 37.2% of their income came from parents / legal guardians. The male survey results differ a little in that parents / legal guardians is high, but it's also tied with jobs, counting babysitting, mowing lawns, etc., and allowance for doing chores. These are at 22.9%.